I don't think I have anything crazy out. I don't think so. How are you guys doing? I typically am busy on Wednesdays, but I'm not today. So it's like, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I don't know. It's probably a bad idea. So if it is a bad idea, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I have about an hour until I'm able to have my calcium, which really pisses me off. Fucking hate it. Fucking hate it. Fucking hate it. Fucking hate it. I don't know. I was trying to have like a tucked in shirt moment, but I feel like it still looks really weird. But this is like, I remember like way back in the day. Oh my God, I do look way better when I stand upright. I remember way back in the day, I had like this like lesbian look. I used to call it lesbian farmer, and I feel like I'm kind of getting there again. I'm going back to my lesbian farmer era. Gosh, I'm so tired, you guys. Like, I've been so tired for so long. Honestly, like, I'm so tired of being tired. But anyways, gosh, what do I want to talk about today? What did I want to talk about today? I feel like I had shit to talk about. I know you guys on here, which first of all, I never go live anymore, so you're probably like, what the fuck? But second of all, I used to love going live at night and stuff, but it's just not conducive anymore to my lifestyle. Like, I'm busy. I'm busy. And a lot of times at night, it's like I'm really fucking tired. And I have to like do all this crap. Um, but what do I want to talk about? So, I've been doing a lot of this like inner spiritual work. And I want to be like complaining about it and say that it's not that great and whatever, but it's actually not that bad. And I feel like I'm getting somewhere, which is weird. Like very recently, I started to understand that I've been avoidant a lot in love and stuff. And I've really been thinking about how I project myself in a very honest way and in a way that is like, again, like kind of more objective and not so like, oh my gosh, I'm really freaking out. And oh my gosh, and how can you say this? And how can you say that about me? Like I'm trying to just look at it for what it is. And I feel like I have been able to see these different aspects. It's like I see how I've been at times a bit intimidating. I see how I've been at times a bit avoidant. I see how I've been at times a bit immature and like vacillating in these types of things. And it's like, I have to stop all that crap. I can't do it anymore. And so I'm stopping because I feel like it's hard to actually look at yourself sometimes, or you look at the past, or you look at how you actually acted and how you were, and the impressions you had on people, and all of these different things. And like I said, I've looked over my entire dating history recently, kind of deeply. And it's like, yeah, like I was kind of hard to pin down, I think. And I think making peace with, or starting to make peace with some of the more masculine structures or masculine things in my life is helping, because I think a lot of it, I just had like this absolute, like I needed to be free. I just needed freedom, absolute freedom. And I just kept pushing further and further and further for it. And I don't think it made me happy necessarily, which is something that I have to acknowledge. I don't think it was balanced the way that I handled things, or the way that I did, the way that I live my life. I think I've been thinking a lot about having this like overabundance of feminine energy in my life, which it just causes a lot of chaos, and it causes a lot of kind of living on the wire and this type of stuff, like hanging by a thread, like, hello, hi Lisa, like hanging by a thread over and over again in my life. And, I think about all the different aspects of me. I feel like it's very like Mars and Gemini meets Scorpio rising, where it's like I can be bratty and immature and hard to pin down and non-committal like a Gemini, but I do it because I want that feeling of experience, of feeling alive, of being on the edge. Um, and with all that chaotic feminine energy. And I think it's just time to stop. Like, obviously, I think that this year, and a lot of the stuff involving Neptune and Pisces ending and Saturn and Pisces ending like around the same time, I think it's time to step into the next chapter. And I feel like a lot of millennials don't want to grow up. I really feel it. Like, and I feel like I need to. And it's kind of funny when because I talked about this a bit on my main channel, and I didn't really get much pushback. So I don't think people also realize how different culture was like 12 years ago. I don't know why I keep reflecting on the last time Jupiter was in Cancer, but culture was so different. Like, you were so encouraged to not get tied down, not, be free. Don't ever let a man tell you what to do. Don't ever let a man do any, don't ever let that happen. Basically, it's like death upon you if you do. And um, I did internalize it to a certain extent. And I think too, because I'm so feminine, I've had so many people project a sense of clinginess onto me, or they project this whole thing like I'm always chasing after somebody, or I'm always doing this or always doing that. And I don't think that's true. I think if you were to ask people that I've been involved with, they would probably tell you that I was probably more avoidant. If anything, I probably was like hard to pin down, wild, you know, not wanting to grow up. Like, I think these are the kind of things that if, more masculine men were allowed to speak freely, that's the kind of things that they probably would say about me. They wouldn't say in reality that I was too clingy. I think my ex used to say that to me because he was projecting. I think he was the one who was clingy and I was too avoidant for him. And I think he resented me a lot for that aspect because I've just been reflecting a lot on the past like and really remembering like how much he wanted to control me. Like he really fucking wanted to. He was so desperate to. And it's like it makes you think, well, why was I involved with that then? Or why is it that I have this attraction to like a more, I'm not saying my ex was nurturing, but he at least pretended to be. But why am I always more attracted to these nurturing guys that want to take care of me and all this stuff? But then I have resistance to it. And then I'm like, I don't know. And da, da, da. And I feel like it's just like a lot of drama and a lot of like stupid bullshit, basically. And I feel like I think it's because deep down I know I need that. I know I need that kind of like nurturing masculine presence. I just need that. And it freaks me out sometimes because, again, I'm a bit of an avoidant girly pop. Like, I don't want to need people or I don't like that feeling at all. Um, and then I don't know. It's weird to kind of autopsy yourself and just think about things. And it's like, when to ever actually like address something emotional with a guy in my whole life? When did I ever actually do this stuff? And it's like people would project it onto me all the time. Oh, you're always doing this, or oh, you're always doing that. I'm not. I think that that's a huge disconnect that I've always had where people have projected things onto me because I'm feminine and it's never been true. And I used to believe what people said. Hi, Kayla. I used to believe what people said, especially when I was young. So it's like I'm being projected upon. Then all these like people are telling me, oh my gosh, you're so clingy. Oh my gosh, you're so desperate for a guy. Like, you need to stop. Like, don't chase a man. Don't let a man, take charge in your life. Don't ever do that. Like, it's horrible. He'll always treat you terribly all the time, and you're just going to want to die if you do that. And to me, it's like I already was honestly kind of relationally lazy, and honestly a bit entitled when it came to guys, which I know that that's, I'm just really looking at it like very autopsy right now, like I'm being very blunt about how I've been and kind of bratty and like vacillating and, very Gemini-ish, hi, bot. Very Gemini. It makes sense that I have Mars in Gemini. I've been very Gemini-ish of two minds. I'm split. I'm immature. I don't want to commit, or I didn't want to commit. Um, that whole thing. It's totally a vibe. Like I really have it and it's very much there. And it's just like it's so interesting to think about because like the part of me that, basically when you look at like your romantic planets. Okay. Oh my gosh, Caleb. The next five what? Um, so basically, like when I look at my romantic planets, so you have Mars and Gemini, which I've touched upon. It's like kind of bratty and like non-committal. Oh, okay. Non-committal, up and down, of two minds, vacillating, fucking annoying as fuck. Free spirited, I want to be free. Like I do have that in me, I do. Um, and the other side of it is like my Lana side. It's my Venus and Leo, where it's like, yes, definitely, Lisa, 100,000%. Yes, majorly so. Um, Majorly so. I would say like 10,000,000%, yes. Yeah, without that, you might not have had a shot, to be honest. You have a lot of Gemini in you and Aqua, which those are not committal. So I think it does balance it out a bit. But for me, like my Lana side is this Venus in Leo, which is like I love a charismatic guy. I love an extroverted guy. I love a charming guy. I love the star or whatever, like a guy with star power. And I'm such a fucking sucker for it. Like totally. And like Lana says, he's my sun. He makes me shine like diamonds. Like I am that way. I am, but I'm both. And I think that the combination, it's been a little bit of a recipe for disaster, I think, because a lot of times nurturing guys, especially that are extroverted, especially that are, that way, they can sometimes be more so um insecurely attached at times rather than avoidant. So I've fallen into those kind of patterns a lot, but because of gender expectations, everybody expects me to be the one that is chasing after a guy, and I'm usually not. And a lot of the times, the guys that I'm dealing with, but they are projecting it onto me because they feel insecure about it, which I don't think you should. I've always said, like, somebody has to chase somebody. Somebody has to pursue somebody, otherwise nothing ever happens, you know? Um, yeah, I'm sure, Caleb. But I'm just saying, like, I think, like, in terms of I don't know, it's just weird to think about because, like I said, I think this was especially big in my with my ex. I think that was such a thing, like, he was so he had Mars in Cancer, Lisa, he did, and, I think it made him feel like I was like a child, I wouldn't grow up, like, he very much had that attitude of, like, "You're too immature. You are" and he wanted to take care of me, he wanted to do everything for me, and it freaked me out, and I think with him, it was a little too much, to be honest, like, it was very strong, and, I I've had that happen, and I don't know if that's, like, an Australian thing too, because it might be, but, both the guys I dealt with that were Australian, they were very, very obsessed with control, and they really wanted me to just, like, kind of ironically, just sit at home and just be a basic bitch, basically, which no shade on anybody, but they wanted to they wanted me to be like just domestic goddess vibes or just stay home and be quiet, basically, which, I have a side like that. Like that's a part of me for sure. But I have another side too. I'm a little bit multifaceted. I'm like a multifaceted girly pop. And I think that's why I've struggled because it's like, well, yeah, Lisa, he had moon in Cancer too. But I am attracted to Cancer energy. Um, so it's not like I hate Cancer energy. I don't. I think it's really sweet and stuff. Um, and I really like it. I always have, but it's just again, I've struggled with that kind of dichotomy, which I don't think my first love, I don't think he had Cancer in him. Um, he had a moon in Capricorn. That was interesting. He was so competitive. Oh my god. He was such a douche too. He was such a fucking douche. Sorry, I know that's harsh, but other than that, he was a normal guy, like, but he was a douche. So bad. Um, Huge red flag if someone wants to completely look after you. See, I don't necessarily agree with that, Caleb. I don't think it's a red flag. I think it's just I think I personally I have been immature and I have been resistant to that type of care, but I need it. And I think that those or some guys have noticed that I need it. And then they see that I'm a little bit resistant and then they don't know what to do. And I feel like they're kind of insecurely attached. And then it's like confusing. And then everybody's telling me that I'm being too clingy. And sometimes even the guy was telling me. So then I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. Because, I was talking to one of my friends who's going through a breakup right now. And she's dealing with a guy who's avoidant. And she's probably more so on the insecure attachment side. And I told her, I was like, well, if you're not totally done, like you need to tell him that the door is open because if you don't, he'll never talk to you again. Because I feel like I've dealt with that too as an avoidant girly pop, where I've dealt with people that are more insecurely attached and they get competitive with it. They get insecure. Obviously, they are insecure. They get insecure about it. So it's like, well, I want you to chase after me now, and I want this and I want that. And it's like a lot of that stuff doesn't work at all. Like, as somebody who is your resident avoidant, I can tell you it doesn't do anything. If you do that, it's all an avoidant person thinks is, oh my God, what a relief. Oh my God, I made the right decision. Oh, thank goodness. Because I shit you guys not, I honestly feel like in the bottom of my heart, I think my ex was, I think he broke up with me because he was expecting me to chase after him and it never happened. I never did. I didn't, but in that case, I was done for quite a while. I think deep down, I just, of course, as a resident Mars and Gemini, I was of two minds. I did care for him, but I also was like, this is too much. Like he's very controlling. He was a major liar. I think he might even been actually a narcissist. I told you guys, I think so. Um, but I was crazy too. So I was crazy in the sense that I had a massive ED and it was driving me nuts. And so I can kind of understand too, like, is when you look at yourself and you look at what were you bringing to it, what were they bringing to it, it's just really ugly, you know? And so, like, moving forward and stuff, and what I think about now, it's like, okay, Alex, like, you like a nurturing guy, you like a guy that wants to take care of you, like, so stop acting like you don't, or stop acting like you don't care, or stop acting like you can't do this or you can't handle this. You can. You know what you want. You're not of two minds anymore. And I feel like that's what I've been stepping into, and it has been challenging. I think honestly, the Jupiter and Gemini, that whole thing, and it hitting my Mars and everything, it really made me reckon with this part of me because I was so indecisive in dating for so many years. And I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm not anymore. But it is something I'm still working on because I am pretty avoidant. And it's like, I don't think it's okay to be avoidant. I think it's bullshit. I think you do it out of fear of rejection. You do it because you fear that you can't handle it. You fear that you can't handle being with somebody. You can't handle the commitment. You can't handle what somebody else needs. You do it because you're scared of getting hurt. You do it because you have been busted in the past and you don't want that to happen again and blah, blah, blah. Like you have all these thoughts and it's like there's nothing wrong with somebody needing something back from me. There's nothing wrong with somebody needing. And I feel like that's so difficult to say today because there has been such a, I don't know if I want to call it anti-male. I don't know what to call it, but I guess just a distortion. I feel like it's like a collective distortion of masculinity and femininity. It's distorted. It's a bizarre perception. It's like this, because it's this whole thing of like, if a girl, to me, this is my perception, and I'll call myself a girl just for the sake of this, because I am definitely the feminine one. If a girl even breathes at a guy, then she's too clingy, or she's doing too much, or oh my gosh, you're being so extra. Oh my gosh, you're just smothering him. But it's like if a guy like really needs you to do something, or he needs some kind of reassurance, well, he's a child, he's a pussy, he's this, he's that. And it's like, I just feel like all it's doing is it's pushing people to be apart. It's pushing people to not actually connect. And I don't know what that agenda is. But it's like we've reached a point where in order for a woman to get married, apparently, even though I didn't want to talk about this, for women to get engaged, they're not married, you apparently have to be so freaking masculine, like Taylor Swift. She is like the most masculine woman in the world. That's the kind of woman that can get married in today's climate. And that's a problem because most women are not like that. So it creates a situation where, and most men are not like Travis. I'm just going to say that. Sorry. And I do mean that full shade intended because I really don't like him. But I'm just saying, I don't think Travis has an identity at all, which is not common. So that's who can get married in this climate. A man with no identity and a woman who is so masculine. I just can't even imagine being that masculine. I agree, Lisa. I think he is. I agree with you though that he is not an evil narc. Like he's definitely like neutral, but he doesn't have an identity. Like he just doesn't. It's very obvious to me and it freaks me out. To be honest, that kind of scares me about him. But that's who can get married. This like weird clown show of a relationship, which I'm sorry, but I'm going to be a bitch and say it. This like puppet master show that is so not common. Like at the very least, it is the most bizarre relationship I've ever seen. What happened to like normal people getting together? Sorry, not sorry. Where did that go? Let's see what Caleb said. I can erode your identity if you're more on the independent side. My man was avoidant, couldn't have a convo or get to know him that much because he was so removed most of the time. No, I totally feel that, Lisa. And I'm not the most normal person in the world, but I'm pretty normal, if we're gonna be honest. Like I'm a pretty basic bitch. Like I'm literally talking about attachment styles and it's bad. Like I'm at that level of millennial cringe right now. So I'm very basic. I've always been a basic bitch. I don't know, Kayla. I don't know what's Gen Z normal. I don't know. Maybe for Gen Z standards, maybe. I don't know what's normal for Gen Z, but I would say probably. But that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm so sick of that. And it's like, I get it. Like when you're super feminine, it's like people don't want you to get hurt. They don't want you to be disappointed. They don't want you this, they don't want you that. I still got hurt. I still got disappointed. It doesn't matter. It didn't save anything, it didn't protect me, it didn't do anything to be avoidant. It just caused a lot of drama, caused a lot of problems, caused a lot of pain, and I think when you are avoidant, sometimes you end things fast, or you just have to run out of something, and you feel like there's gonna be this relief if you get out, if it's like, "Oh my gosh, I have to bolt, I have to get out of this," and you really feel it so strong, and it's like, it has never made me feel better, ever. I have always felt worse, always. Every single time I've done that, and, for the record, I did not do that with my ex, so no, that is not what happened. But I think with him, it was more so there was an ambivalence in the relationship, and there was, like, an avoidance because, like I said, I think he was just very, very, very controlling, like, to a level that, like I said, I literally think he might have actually been a narcissist. Like, he was extremely, um what are you gonna unsub from, Caleb? He was extremely controlling, like, he wanted to control everything about me, and, I've had a couple guys want that with me, and I'm like, I don't know, I think for me, because I have this extreme, like, hyper independent vibe, or, like, I'm trying so hard, like I said, I'm so in the feminine, it's like I'm so in this feminine polarity that I don't have any masculinity anymore, basically, and I'm just living off the edge of a cliff every second, that I think that there is a part of me that did kind of fetishize the aspects of being extremely controlled, because it's a way of, like, my soul trying to find balance, and that might have been why those types of guys a couple times were trying with me, and I flirted with the idea of it. And I think with my ex, like, that was part of it. I think I was so chaotic throughout those years. And it made me feel like he made me feel like I had some kind of structure to my life, even though I didn't. I really didn't. It wasn't real. And so it's like nowadays, when I look towards the future, when I look towards, I'll just say it, the one that I want, I think it's time for balance. It's time to accept some structure, really. It's time to it's time to date somebody who maybe has been called clingy in the past, and just be like, whatever. Because the thing is, like, I want somebody who likes me, you know? I'm not that kind of girly pop. Like, I don't know, and it's like, well, then I need to feed into it better, or I need to do this, and I've been trying to do it in a way that I think has worked, but it has been helpful. Um, it's been helpful to my soul in a way because I've been forced to kind of, in an indirect way, it's very weird, I'm not gonna explain it, but in an indirect way, I have been forced to face certain emotional conflicts with this person. I have been not forced, that's too extra. I have chosen to. I have submitted to it. I have surrendered to it in that sense. And it's like, okay. And I think it's because this person, even though he probably has been called clingy and whatever by a bunch of his exes, he's actually quite balanced. And I feel like I'm like, okay, like I can do this. Um, I've never felt like I couldn't have a life or my own thoughts or my own friends or anything within this connection. And I hope that he hasn't felt that way um, from me, as because it's like, I think too, like, sometimes when you're so obsessed with freedom, it's like you end up with guys that wanna take all the freedom away. And it's like, if I just stop and I'm just with a normal guy that is like, I want a little bit of control here, like, or I'd wanna know where you're going, or I wanna know what's going on, or I wanna know how you're feeling or whatever, right? Which is normal. Or I want you to put some effort into me, which is normal. Then it's like, it's probably not ever gonna be that bad. And these are the things that I'm thinking about, because it's like people are so, at least in my day, it was really, really frowned upon. It's like if a guy ever needed something from you, he's a child, he's stupid, he's trash, which is horrible because who's going to listen? It's going to be the guys that are actually guys because they're going to actually internalize that message. The freaking narcissistic psychos, they're not going to give a fuck about it. So then what? That's all you're dealing with? The only guys that advocate for themselves are narcs? It's just such a distortion. And I don't know. I'm just so over it, to be honest. I'm so over it. It's time to grow up. It's time to like wake up to reality. And I feel like it's been really helpful for me to have a boring life these past few years because I've been able to actually really reflect on these things and on a lot of my beliefs and on a lot of stuff in a way that I don't think I'm ever going to be able to again. Because if things actually move forward in my life and I do hopefully get to be with this person that I want, then my life is going to change. Things are going to be different. And I keep thinking about that too. I think about like how I'm not going to live here forever probably and stuff. And it's making me feel weird. Like I feel like things are going to change. And I kind of know they will just because of the Neptune Pisces, ending and the Saturn and Pisces ending, like both of them going into Aries. It's a sign of like a huge new beginning next year for everybody. It's universal. And so it's like, I know that regardless of what happens, things are going to change and I have to be okay with that. And I have to not resist that. And, I have no issue with feminine energy. I don't want that to be, I don't want it to be taken that way, but I do think there has to be balance. And I haven't had balance. I've certainly been nurtured plenty in my life, but I have not really had that structure. And I haven't felt like I could trust somebody with that. I've been let down a lot. And it sounds dumb, but even when I went to the dentist and they didn't scam me because I did my teeth and I took care of them, and I went and they were like, oh, actually, we're going to take this off of your treatment plan and blah, blah, like, because it's just not necessary. That actually gave me a little bit of trust and like structure. That's kind of like a masculine structure, like the dentist, which I know is stupid, but that's how slow or like how low the bar is for me right now. And I actually was like, oh, I do trust this dentist now because they're not trying to scam me. But it helped restore that little bit of faith. And yeah, it's interesting. But at the end of the day, like I feel like I know in my heart that this guy wouldn't hurt me. Never intentionally. I can tell. And it's like, it's just time to grow up. It's just time to grow up. It's time to be with somebody who's actually decent. Or like I said, for me, I needed balance. I need balance. I just, gosh, like, can I have a bit of a balance, 'Cause I've never been into, like, avoidant types at all, so that was always off the table for me because 2 avoidants just avoid each other, so that's great. And as far as, like, the controlling aspect, it's like, I like that you're interested in me, but my god, I need to be able to still be myself, and I feel like with this guy, there is a balance there. There is, and, even though we're not together or anything, I've still appreciated the dynamic, and it's been really healing for me in a lot of ways, and, um, I hope that that shows, and I hope that I can continue to heal, I guess, like, especially in this very reflective time because it's so it is so still again, and I'm just like, "Oh my gosh." It is so weird how still things can get, and I think to me, I feel that impending Saturn and Pisces again. It's like that stillness that like nothing's happening. And I have Mars in the 12th right now, which is like isolation and like thinking about the past and spiritual work and shadow work and these types of things. And that's why I think I'm reflecting so much. And I also feel like I'm reflecting so much because I feel like something's about to happen. And I feel like I'm not wrong. Like I really feel like something's coming. But I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm not gonna sabotage it. I'm not whatever it is, I'm not going to sabotage it. I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna allow change to happen. And, um, that's I don't know what the future holds. I don't know exactly when things are gonna happen or whatever. I don't know. Um, as far as the guy, I've told him, like, I trust his timing and his decision. So it's like, if he wants to wait, then he can wait. If he decides against being with me, then I trust him. If he decides being with me, then I trust him. It's like I know he's intelligent. I know he's a smart guy. And he's more logical than I am, which is not hard to to be honest. I am not logical. And I understand that. So I try to keep my own limitations in mind. But anyways, this is all on my mind. It's a lot. It's crazy. But I do feel like I'm actually growing up, like, I feel like I'm actually getting better. So, yeah, I will say, like, go for a bit of balance, or just go for what you need from a partner. Don't think about, like, everything has to be these roles and this and that and the other and da, 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 and oh my gosh, and da, da, da. It doesn't matter. Like, there's no universal thing because this whole universal, we all have to follow the same dating advice. The only people that quote unquote get married are Travis and Taylor, which I'm sorry. I'm going to just say that again. Like, get married. I'm like, okay, we're playing house. It just doesn't seem real to me. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. I know that's so bitchy, but it just is so weird. It's so weird to me, and, like, the whole staging of, like, the pictures and all of it, it's just so I just don't even know. It kinda just ugh, I just don't believe it. I guess I just don't believe it. Like, it looks nice, it's pretty, but I just feel like it's so staged and stuff, and it's just so I just don't know. Like, I would have rather she just said that she got married, and those were, like, pictures of her getting married. I think that would have been I'd been like, "Whoa, like, that's so real." Like, "Oh my god," you know what I mean? And then I would have been like, "Whoa." But this whole thing, it's so, like, weird. I'm like, "Are you gonna televise it, Taylor? Like, what is this?" You know? Is this the showgirl? Like, I just don't get it. I just don't. Um, but like I said, I mean, I'm not hating on her for getting married or for wanting to get married or whatever. I think that's all fine. I just don't like him, which I never have. And so that part of it is where I'm like, ugh. And then I also just I don't like how they're being projected upon like all of us, like the Swifties are like, the world is healing. And I'm like, no, they are the weirdest people in the world. They are not normal. Like, they are not the everyman couple. They are weird. Like, honestly, and no shade, but yes, she's an extremely masculine woman, like extremely so. And it's like, she's not the typical woman. And like I said, he doesn't have an identity. That is not typical. Most men have a stronger force of identity than women. So that is just so atypical. So I feel bad for these Swifties, which, let's be honest, they're all super feminine. Most Swifties are very feminine oriented. And they're like projecting themselves onto Taylor. And I'm like, you are not like her. Like, you're not. Like, I can understand you a bit more, Lisa, because you're the same age and stuff like that. And um, you do have some masculine energy there too. So it's not like totally out of place. But let's be so honest, like some Enneagram 4, like Swiftie that's 27 right now, they're not relating to her. Like, I'm sorry. They're just not. They're just a super emotional girly pop that's like, oh my God. Like, no, they can't relate to that. They just can't. It's like, you're stupid. Like, and I told Lisa today, I was like, if they fall out, then it might low key be a psyop. It might be like meant to like demoralize everybody from getting married, because the amount of hope that people are putting, into this marriage is so crazy to me. What's XP? What do you mean? Um, it's just crazy. It's like, you guys need to chill. Like, I just oh my God. I don't know if Travis is gay. Like, I'm not really on that take. Like, the only thing that you can get me on is I do believe Taylor's bi. I think Taylor is bisexual. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's just some weird thing. VL, I don't know. I don't know why my chat is that way. I never changed it. YouTube is just doing stuff. But that's the best you're going to get out of me is I'm a biler. I do think Taylor's bi, but I think she could be with a man, but she needs like a nurturing man. She needs a feminine man because she's so masculine. And I feel like she needs a Jack Antonoff. She needs a guy like that. And if she actually had a guy like that, she probably would be so happy. That's probably exactly what she needs. She maybe not like not him specifically, but if you think about it, she's worked with him so well for so many years. Like, she gets along great with him. They have an amazing working relationship, which a working relationship can be like a marriage. So that's the kind of guy that she would actually probably work out with. Travis is just like a vacuum of nothing. There's nothing there. And I get it. Yeah, Taylor, she can handle it, I guess, but I just don't know. I don't know. She kind of did. I told Lisa, I'm like, she kind of did what a lot of guys do. Because Taylor's basically a dude. No, I'm just kidding. She's not a dude, but she's just very masculine. And she basically did the thing where it's like, I'm going to be with the person that makes me look good. That's the easiest and most convenient. Because Taylor is she's way overly in her masculine energy. She doesn't have enough feminine energy, which I think she probably has like a mother wound and all that stuff, which I'm not trying to get all like deep, but I think there's reasons why she's unbalanced and she's so on that side of things. Like, her whole life is structured. Everything about her life is structured. If you look at me and Taylor, we're like basically opposites. She's like pure structure. I'm like no structure. So you can see the difference. It's wild. Every single thing she does is calculated. Um, Nothing I do is calculated. Pretty much nothing. Pretty much. When I calculate something, it's like a big deal. It's like, whoa, did I execute it? I don't know, guys. Did I? That's me. For her, it's like a way of life. She's like the opposite. If she does something based on a feeling, it's like, oh my gosh, did I actually do that? That's Taylor. The cognitive behavioral dude told me masculine women need more masculine men. Like you have to out masculine the woman, but I don't think you're wrong when it comes to Taylor. Well, I think the thing is like you can reach a certain point. Like Taylor is just so masculine that she's almost like a lesbian. I told you, like you reach a point where it's to like a whole other level. But yes, like if you're talking about like a typical woman, if she has some of those traits that are, more on the masculine side, like I'll put it to you this way. I do think you need a more masculine man, Lisa, but you're not anywhere near as masculine as Taylor Swift is. Taylor Swift is like, she's almost like a dude. Like even you just hear her talk. You hear like she sounds like a frat bro. Like when she's at these parties and stuff, she's literally like a frat dude. Which again, there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm not saying she is a lesbian. I'm just saying she's very high tea. She's very high tea girl, which there's no problem with it. But it's like she's not typical. And that's what bothers me. Because it's like, stop comparing, like the average Swiftie needs to stop comparing themselves to her. Because they only like her because she's so masculine. And they're so feminine. And that's why they like her. So it's like, just stop. Like, you're not going to have her story, like most Swifties are not going to have her story. They're not going to be with a guy like Travis. Travis is weird. He is fucking weird. I'm sorry. Like, I watched the interview. It was scarring. Like, I couldn't handle it. It was just like, oh my gosh, like he was kissing her ass so much. I literally felt like I was watching him eat her ass on camera. And I wasn't interested in that. I'm not interested in seeing it. That's literally how bad it was. And I was like, this is not a realistic expectation for dating a man. Like men typically do not do this. I'm sorry. They don't. Yes, you can find like the most simplified guy in the world, of course, but most women are not going to be into that. So, and he is so like a masquerade. Like he's literally, I don't know, I hate to say it, but to me, he's like soulless husk territory. And I don't say that about everybody. I don't. I literally feel like there's nothing there. Like there's no soul. It freaks me out. Like I'm not going to lie. He freaks me out a little bit because there's just nothing behind the eyes. Like there's nothing there with him. I don't know about that, VL. I think it depends. I think if like a woman doesn't want to be bossy and she's forced to be, then absolutely. Then yes, 100%. Or if a woman is ambivalent about it or doesn't care about being in charge, then yes, absolutely. But there are actually genuinely masculine women that also exist that probably wouldn't like it, But with Tavis, I just don't even know. Like, oh gosh. I don't know. I just can't. Like, I wish I could react to some of the interview on here, but I don't think I can. Because I think it would be like a copyright thing. But my gosh. Oh my God, Caleb. Okay. This is always bad. This is always bad. What is CTE? What is that? I don't know what that means. Don't you be embarrassing me, y'all. I need to change it to live chat. Whenever VL's in the chat, I have to change it to live chat because he says things inappropriate. Brain damage. Let me see. Did you send me? Where did you send it, Caleb? I got nothing. Oh, okay. Maybe VL. There could be something to that. That is a good point. That is something that we cannot ignore in the context, for sure. I'd have to see how he was when he was younger, which I don't want to. I don't like him. Like, I can't really deep dive on him that much. So, it's too much for me. Oh my God, I'm scared. Okay, that's great. I'm like, I don't know why I was expecting like the worst thing ever. No, that's good. So I take it you're doing well then. Oh, nice. That's great. Caleb's doing well at his job. That's good. I'm trying to remember, like, I never did anything. I always sucked when I did a call center, I sucked. But I don't even think I tried, honestly. No, I hate sales. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not. I mean, I admire it in other people when they can, because I can't. It is such a thing. I'm like, ugh, it's tough for me. I think it's hard. I think that's also partly in like the dating world. It's hard for me. Like it's hard for me to sell myself. Where I'm like, I think it is a lack of masculine energy once again. But it's like I can't. I'm like, if somebody's like, why should I be with you? I'm like, I don't know. I guess you shouldn't. You know, that's kind of that's my answer. You just shouldn't. Honestly, not a vibe. Oh my gosh, would not recommend. 1 star. But that's me, you know? Whereas Taylor's out here making 20 albums of the same album and she's trying to sell herself in every way she can. I mean, I'm trying to teach you guys the masculine and feminine energy. You can see it. You can see it. Taylor has 20 million, she has more variants than the fucking Panini for that album. Let me see. Crap, I don't know where the fuck I was. I think it was time. She does. She has like 50 bajillion and she's selling them for the most part. You guys are going to mess up my knitting. This is like literally, you guys used to remember back, for those of you who have been around, remember back in 2022 when I would try to knit on here and you guys would always mess me up every single time. Like literally every single time I'd be like, oh my gosh, you guys messed up my knitting. And then like sometimes I literally have to give up and I just be like, okay, I'm done. Like, fuck this. I'm not doing it anymore. Let me just do this. One row is hard. So, or like I have to pay attention to one single row. The other ones are really easy and passive. But party on you, party on you. Okay, let me just finish it. Gosh, why does this feel like it's taking forever? I just don't know how I exist. Like somebody needs to like talk to God and be like, you messed up when you made Alex because I just don't understand, like, how the fuck am I Mars and Gemini and then fucking Jupiter and Virgo? Like, what the actual fuck? Those are like such opposite energies. Like, Gemini's like, oh my God, this is taking forever. And Virgo's like, it's okay if it takes like 20 years. I'll be here. I'm doing it. Because that's why I like knitting. It's the Virgo side, which it takes 20,000 years and it doesn't bother me. But yes, I do remember that. But okay, Caleb. When they get divorced, she will have new material. That's true. I mean, she'll at least have like the marriage arc material too, which she's a good writer. She is. But oh my gosh. Not dying. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. Tell me why I'm not surprised. That's all I have to say about it. I'm not going to say what it is. But tell me why I'm not surprised. Oh my God. See, the thing about, okay, so for you guys, I'll just tell you, Caleb sent me pictures of him in drag. So let's ask the question. Why do you think I never did drag? Let's put it out there. Why do you think I never did? Because my whole life is. No, I'm just kidding. Because I think it would be more drag if I dressed super masculine. So I never felt the need to. I never did. Yes, drag as in drag queen. But you've got to get it together. Oh my gosh, you even have the wig and everything. So what inspired you? What inspired you? I'm curious. The makeup, I'm like, okay. But I'm curious. We had to crush this for the day. No way. Are you serious? That's insane. That is insane. What? Apparently had to via. Okay, if that works, that does work. See, my name is perfect because I don't even have to change it. Think about it. Drag for me would feel like wearing a dress. Exactly. Like, it's the same for me. Like, for me, I feel like even when I dress masculine, it comes across as lesbianic. Like, it's just, I don't know. It turns lesbian. Like, I have these like soldier underwear. Let me show you. And to me, these soldier underwear, they're very like my boy always breaks his favorite toys coded. I love these underwear. Like, I really do love them. But when I wear them, I feel like a lesbian when I'm wearing them. Like, it comes across as lesbian. And then I had like my biker pants too. They're lesbian pants. Like, they turn lesbian when I put them on. So I don't know, but it is funny because before 2022, I never ever like wore bright colors. Like, I always wore like gray and black and all this crap and brown and shit like that. And then in 2022, I was like, I'm a girly pop. And I just like went for it and I never stopped. And I feel like I'll always wear a lot of color now. Drag for me would feel like wearing an underwear that I won the award and they marched me around the entire company. Oh my God, that's funny. It's fun though. I'm not gonna lie, it is fun. The only time I don't love drag is when it's gross, which I've had really gross experiences where they get like really raunchy about it, and that actually disgusts me. But when it's just like fun, then it is funny. It is funny to me. And then I always try to look at the makeup and I look at like how the makeup is done too for like the creative aspect. But I'm just so like, for me personally, I'm so feminine. I just would never even need to do it basically. It's like every day is every day is in drag for me, like, um, literally. So I just that's my life, you know? That's just me. Bot is probably the same way. I get it. I get bot. I've done it once at a bar I worked at, didn't have to just thought it would be funny. I look more masculine in drag than not. That's interesting. I want to hear more about had to, Caleb. Oh my God. You can show the camera if you wanna. It was kind of fun. I won't lie. I know you want me to, Caleb, but I'm gonna resist. I'm gonna torment you by not. I'm not showing it. Because I'm still avoidant. No, I'm just kidding. Because I'm still a bitch at the end of the day. And I'm like, how can I be a bitch today? No, I'm just kidding. Uh, no, I'm glad you had fun though. Every day I wear men's clothes, lol. Mm. I supposedly do, but supposedly, but I don't know. It doesn't look like it on me. Basically we had to, but the other guys didn't put in as much effort, so I naturally won. He does a call center, yeah. Party on you, party on you, party on you. Oh my gosh, I have that song in my head. Oh my God. I wonder if that is shady, Lisa. I'm wearing a jersey and joggers. I'm jealous. I want to wear a jersey and joggers. I don't know. To be honest, I should just I think like the style I want to dress like kind of like performative male-ish, but like probably a little bit higher fashion. Like, but I like that autumny look of like scarves and jackets and like, like I love to wear like a brown jean and stuff like that. Like, but I just don't have any money for that. And I'm still losing. So it's like, ugh, I have to wait. So for now, it's still Walmart chic and girly pop style and just bright colors and shit like that. Like I'm in a flop lover era. Um, did you have a choice? I'm pretty sure he had a choice. Oh my goodness. So who did your makeup, Caleb? I'm curious. I need more information. Who did the makeup? Let me know. Elastic waiting to stop it. Oh my gosh, I have to pee. I don't want to pee. I hate it when I have to pee on the live. Okay, okay. Was it like okay. It's not bad. Oh my God. You're giving like Amy Lee. You look kind of gothic. A little bit goth. Little goth. It's giving Amy Lee. It's giving Evanescence. I don't even know if you know who Evanescence is. I don't even know what that means. Less is more. I don't even know what that word means. Let me look it up since apparently, supposedly as a Swiftie, I'm supposed to know all these words, but I don't know shit. So apparently she's probably rotted my brain cells more than anything. Let's see. I don't even know what that means. Oh, artisanal. Okay. Yes, I would agree. I think for me, I think because I've been so ratchet so much in my life, I want to like experience a more sophisticated look at some point in my life, like as a way to find balance. And I think honestly, for me, it might actually help with like getting more in touch with my masculine energy. So looking a bit more sophisticated because I've been so like, you know, lesbian. Oh, I'm sweaty. Lesbian farmer style, for so long. that I'm like, ugh. So, gosh, why am I sweating so much? You guys are making me nervous. Oh my god. You're freaking me out. I'm just kidding. It's been cooler here though, to be honest. Like I had to turn the fan down. Anyways. We need to just like shut everything down. I'm just kidding. We need to just have another lockdown. That'll solve everything. I'm totally kidding, by the way. Oh my god. Okay. New profile pic. Oh my god. I'm not a team player, so I never do those work things. At my current job, they were wanting me to do TikTok reel stuff. Oh wow. That is hilarious. Oh my god. I just like you look goth. You look gothic. I don't want to show the other person that much because they didn't consent. But to me, you look slightly goth. You just need like a more like deeper like eyeliner, you know? And it's giving goth. I don't think I've ever worn makeup, to be honest. I did do the wig though, and I was freaking convincing as fuck in that wig. Very feminine. But yeah, it did not help my over femininity problem. Did not help. I don't wear makeup. It's too much effort. I barely like, I don't know. I'm kind of lazy, you guys. I think I need to work on it a bit. Like, I don't need to wear makeup, but I would like to look a bit more sophisticated. Like, Walmart chic is just not really giving, you know? It's kind of cringe. Which it was kind of funny because my ex used to be like, I want to choose like what clothes you wear and stuff like that. And I was always like, okay, whatever, because I didn't care. I don't care. It's like I just want it to be like I'm an autumn and I want it to be the right color, and that's about all I care about because I don't fucking know. But it's like I probably should like figure it out a little bit, you know. It's bad. Like I don't fucking know. Kind of clueless. That's what happens when you're too up in the air. Cause like same with like a hairstyle, I have no idea. Like I'd like to do a different hairstyle, but I have no idea what to do. So I'm not gonna change it. Cause I just don't fucking know. I literally have no clue. Okay, you guys, I think I'm gonna have to go soon. Cause I have to do some meal stuff. So I'm giving bot the warning. I'm giving you a warning, bot. I used to have to give bot warnings. But because I'm getting a little hungry and I have to like do the rest of my food and so tired of anemia. Oh my god, I'm so sick of it. It's driving me nuts. I have a video of me walking while everyone was cheering and screaming. Oh my god. That's funny. Caleb. My one request is that you do eyeliner at some point. That's my one request. That's the one thing I have. Other than that, it's an interesting start for sure. I feel like I should try eyeliner one day, but it kind of freaks me out. I'm, I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's like, I'm so weird about drag. I don't know how I feel about it, I guess, because it's not like I don't like it, but I also don't feel like I love it. You know what I think it is? I think I get sick of how people make it such a big deal. I think that's what it is. But like for what it is, I do think it's funny. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like there's been such a politicization of it and such like there's so much pressure about it and like you have to have an opinion on it and you have to go like so hard and you have to do this and you have to do that. And it's like I don't. Like I view it pretty neutrally or like I think it's funny, you know? So I appreciate it when it's not taken seriously. Like, I'm not somebody that could take it super seriously, if that makes any sense. Um, but as far as like the creative expression of it, the makeup aspect, I respect it as a work of art too. Like, I do understand it from an artistic standpoint, like, especially if it's done well. So then I do understand that, but I just think that a lot of it is it's too political. At least in the US, it's been hyper politicized here. And so I think that's why I'm like a little bit like about it. But for what it actually is, no, I'm not bothered, if that makes any sense. And I do think it's funny. And, I dress like a lesbian every time. Um, I think like for the makeup the first time, I don't think it's bad at all. I don't. I just think it needed eyeliner. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm adding to it. But no, I don't think it was a bad attempt whatsoever. Um, the eyeshadow is giving very like, Vogue style. I wonder what your inspiration was. Like I have questions. That's the stuff that comes to mind. I have questions. And I'm living for the gothic look. I need you to go goth now. Like I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the vision. I see the evanescence of it all. I see it. I see it, And I'm like, but yeah, so yeah, I think it's all in good fun and whatever. Like I said, I dress like a lesbian almost every single day, and I'm not a lesbian. So if lesbian drag was a thing, like I would totally be the one, you know, because like, oh, I don't think I have any plaid anymore. I'm gonna have to get some plaid. I got rid of that plaid, but I gotta do it. I gotta do it for the autumn. I have to. Anyways, you guys. Okay. So I think I have to go because I have to eat and stuff. But thank you guys so much for coming and thank you for listening to my rant. And thank you for hearing a not so tortured topic. Oversized plaid shirt, jacket. Now, yes, exactly. I can. I totally can. Also, knitting is a little bit lesbianish too. Like it's kind of like a lesbian stereotype to knit. So I just, you know, I dress in lesbian drag all the time. But anyways, I will talk to you guys again at some point. I had time today. I thought it would be fun. And I thought it would be fun to trauma dump on you and make all my problems your problems and then tell you that because Taylor is getting married, now I have to get married. No, I'm just kidding. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.